Hello, my Tauruses, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. I am reading for August 10th through the 16th. I've done my overview. I think I called it Magic is Real. Please take a look at it. I know that I was not here last week. I had a great birthday, great week off. We do have, for this coming week, I'm doing this on the 4th. So on the 9th, on the 8th, we have our Lion's Gate portal open to its fullest. And also on the 9th, we have a full moon. Now remember that these are general readings, may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I post on YouTube, Rumble, and TikTok, so this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, full moon in Aquarius says, show the world the real you. All right, so I don't know, is that a good thing or not a good thing? It's like there's a lot of people have some really deep thoughts. So I don't know. It doesn't mean you have to tell all. It doesn't mean that you have to lay yourself, bare on, and just say, this is me, this is me. But it does mean to be organic. It does mean to be authentic. It does mean that, if you think somebody may not like your answer, but it needs to be said, then that's what needs to be said. So show the world the real you. Now let's ask Michael. Michael, what do you want to say to our lovely Tauruses? Now remember, Uranus is not retrograde yet, but it will soon be. And what is it? Maybe October. It will be coming back into your sign again. So you might have some disruptions, especially when it comes back when it starts to be retrograde. It's not there yet. It is still moving farther away from you. So let's go on. Michael, what do you want to say to your Tauruses? And then it'll be there, and once it goes, it's gone, okay? It won't be there in our lifetime unless we figure out a way to live like hundreds of years. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Archangel Michael, to you. You will manifest what you need, and that goes along with my overview. Express gratitude as if your plans are already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. You will manifest what you need. Okay, and that's why I named it, Magic is Alive or Magic is Real. I can't remember what I called it, but because this is going to be a very strong manifesting week. Okay, let's see what else we might have. Higher power, what else do you want to say for your Tauruses? Lord Jesus, what do you want to say to Taurus? What do you want for your Tauruses? 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards. All of them are reversed, so they do have a stronger energetic field to them. Let's go on. Here we are. First card. The Page of Water. Okay, underlying energy for a page is Earth. Earth is your energy. Work, job, career, could be something to do with your home. But water is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Now on the 12th, Venus and Jupiter are doing something amazing in Cancer. So it could be a very, very lucky day for many people during that time. But it is an emotional time. We have our mermaid, and her cup runneth over. She doesn't necessarily look really happy. She looks kind of, a little bit pensive, kind of wondering what's going to happen. But then we have the dolphin or porpoise in the background jumping and just enjoying life itself. So something's going on. When I see the page and sometimes the Knight of Water, I also say be careful before, I get a look before you leap energy. Sometimes it's an emotional energy, and sometimes you need to hold that back a little bit. You need to temper it with some logic. But this is an emotional going forward, possibly with a job. It's something that you feel like you're being called to. I do caution you a little bit to be a little bit more objective, because this is like throwing your heart into everything. And it kind of gives me the, the marry in haste, repent in leisure vibe. Okay. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody, messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. So it could all, I mean, a lot of times when people see this, it's also a new romance, a new love of life, a new love in your life coming to. Next card, reversed. The Seven of Air. Now, 7 does have protection over you, so you are being protected during this time. However, this is also air energy, and that's that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. All of them have some very powerful planets involved, okay? So there is some very powerful and disruptive planets involved with this energy here. Now, when I see the 7 of Air, I always tell you, watch out for Sneaky Snake. Now, Sneaky Snake is kind of like in the 5 of Swords. Sneaky Snake is thinking bad things or making some plans. In the 7 of Air, the 7 of Swords, Sneaky Snake is being a little bit more assertive, okay? Or maybe even a little more aggressive. However, this is connected to Raguel, the Archangel of Justice, and this is connected to the Major Arcana, the Justice card. So, kind of like karma. Karma is real. What you put out, you're going to get back. Sneaky Snake is, is stealing the swords, while the others are kind of resting around or warming themselves, resting around the campfire. He's taken off with their defense. So just beware. That's why I'm saying with this Page of Water, you need to get your head out of the clouds. You need to be aware. It doesn't mean that this beautiful emotional experience isn't happening, but don't just rely on the emotions. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secrets. Ooh, okay. Next card, reversed. The Page of Air. Remember, this is what I'm saying. You've got to think things through. You have to, your heart, that you're throwing your heart all into it. You've got to be a little bit more cautious as you go forward. Again, underlying energy to the page is Earth. So it's something to do possibly with your job, your money, your career. And now we have the air energy again. And this is basically saying the challenges that are going to come to you, it's not that you cannot get through them. In fact, you will be able to, but you're going to have to, like I said, be a little bit more logical during this time. There's this emotional grip on your heart, and you're kind of, going, you're wavering and you're wobbling maybe. I don't know. You're kind of going back and forth. There's this sneaky snake energy going on. There's, justice is coming energy coming on. And then we come to this Page of Air. So he's calm. He's looking. He looks like he can handle a lot of things. Logical, perceptive, insightful, blunt, an exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but may be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. So you've got this good energy here. You can get this. You can get through this. What God brings you to, God brings you through. You just have to kind of take a step back, think about things a little bit more. You can overcome the challenges. There's a lot of heart pull in this. Again, the 7, interesting energy, sneaky snake, always a little, very weird. I'm very wary of sneaky snake. Okay, so don't be your own sneaky snake either. Don't sabotage yourself. All right. There's a new, this could be a very big change in your career. Something emotionally drawing you to it, but at the same, think it through. Not saying you can't go forward with it, and in fact, it looks like you do go forward, but you have to pull yourself back a little bit and think things through. Okay? Okay, let's go on to our fairy tarot. Let's see, higher power. What else for our Tauruses? What else for our Tauruses? Here we go. Again, reversed. The Princess of Summer. So this is the Page of Water. So this is confirmation, validation of that card. Gentle, sensitive, kind, inexperienced. So right there, somebody's going to try to take advantage of you. Okay? a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So these two. So there's a lot of this water. There's this, yes, this is what I want, but there's a lot of this emotional turmoil going on with it too. Okay, let's see what crystal or energy. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't, please. It just means you have to think it through a little bit more. Kind of like, when somebody's trying to sell you a high ticket item and they tell you, and it's something you want or need, and they tell you, if you don't buy it today, this is the price it is, you won't get it again, and yet you're a little bit leery of it. Walk away. I tell you that every time I have done that, they're always on the phone the next day. Again, maybe it's going to be something, that, no, it was like a date to date type of thing. But for the most part, anytime I bought high ticket, they were always there calling me back. Okay. Crystal or energy, blue calcite came up. Soothing, inner peace, universal perspective, strong memory. Okay, so we have this. Show the world the real you. There's a lot of authenticity coming out this week. That may be good. That may not be so good. We will see. Anyway, let's go on and see what moon card would be good for my Tauruses. Well, this is very full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Kind of goes along with your reading too, doesn't it? All right, my Tauruses. It's an interesting time. Life is just, it's such a wonderful journey, and we have to enjoy our journey. Anyway, my Tauruses, do me a favor, watch the video, Magic is Real or Alive. I can't remember what I said. Also, please do the click-clacks wherever it is, the hearts, the thumbs, you know what it is. As always, my Tauruses, always remember and know that you are loved. Stay shining. Be blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.